A very good evening and thanks for joining us on the KTV News. I am Abimbola Adegboyega. As part of moves to facilitate effective teaching and learning at public schools for improved 21st century education delivery outcomes, Governor Biodun Oyèbánjí has inaugurated 16 smart classrooms at Ekiti State Government College at Ado-Ekiti. Declaring the smart classroom open for use at the pilot school, the governor said his administration will continue to partner relevant stakeholders towards improving the standard of education. Our reporter, Toba Bawala, completes the story.
Governor Oyèbánjí restated his administration's commitment towards making quality education accessible to all school-age children with free and compulsory education from primary to secondary school levels. He added that his government was working on making school curriculum relevant, learning environment conducive with up-to-date teaching methodology. Governor Oyèbánjí maintained that the advent of smart classes at the government college at Ado-Ekiti will add more value to the academic performance of the students and make the teachers ICT compliant.
Of this college for having this facility in your domain, it is expected that you will put the facility to effective use and ensure they are always in good condition. As I said, it is obvious to everyone that technology-driven education service delivery is irreversible. I therefore encourage our teachers and students to continue to take advantage of the various capacity buildings to improve themselves and enhance their performance.
Thanking the donor for supporting government's drive in the sector, the governor called on well-to-do Ekiti indigents and other partners to join hands with his administration to develop the state. Governor Oyèbánjí at the occasion gave a marching order to the chairman of TESCOM that the forthcoming teachers recruitment exercise must be merit-based and disregard anyone lobbying with his name. The donor of the smart classrooms, Mr. Gbolan Olayomi, said the gesture was a means to give back to the state and show to the digital world that Ekiti has what it takes to regain its primary status as a fountain of knowledge. Mr. Olayomi noted that transforming analog into a real digital learning experience had been proven and mastered by both the teachers and students, thereby turning them from technological migrants to technological natives.
Comprising of 16 smart classrooms, solar-powered, including 16 interactive touchscreens from the Wowbee brand, our own brand, solar-powered, 8 to 3 p.m., 5 days a week, making sure that learning is uninterrupted, internet access into all the classrooms, CCTV to ensure that we can monitor from a security perspective this investment to make sure that it doesn't there's no theft and any of that, and we just uplifting the whole facade. We also did, of course, the smart classrooms from an e-library perspective. We also did a bit of intervention in that place and then upgraded the laboratories with interactive technology.
Goodwill messages came from the State Head of Service, Dr. Folakemi Olomojobi, Chairman of SUBEB, Professor Femi Akewumi, and that of the Teaching Service Commission, Mrs. Rhoda Ojo. They commended the donor for transforming the school from analog to digital within 30 days at no cost. The school principal, Mr. Olaonipekun Jeje, thanked Governor Oyèbánjí for supporting digitization in schools, saying the academic performance of the students will improve more through the smart classes.
I will just imagine you being in the classroom and you see how the boards work. So now we have teachers that are compliant with the 21st century approach to teaching and learning. We currently have students that are compliant to the 21st century approach to teaching and learning. It makes teaching easier and it creates fun while teaching.
Toba Babalola reporting.
The State House of Assembly has reiterated its commitment to transparency, accountability and robust legislation for the development of the state. The Speaker, Mr. Adeoye Aribasoye, made a statement during a special plenary held at the Fajoyi Pavilion in Ado-Ekiti. BSS reporter Bukola Adebukola reports that Governor Biodun Oyèbánjí, the Deputy Governor Kinlo Amoni Sadi Afuye, and major stakeholders were in attendance. The reports.
It was a convergence of Ekiti people from all constituencies in the state as they stormed the venue. The legislators were in beautiful uniform attire to celebrate the day. Mr. Aribasoye, who welcomed the gathering, read a congratulatory messages from Governor Oyèbánjí former governors, and other leaders.
Under your stewardship, the House has consistently demonstrated legislative excellence, responsiveness to the yearnings of the people, and dedication to the ideals of good governance. These achievements have not only strengthened the institution of the Assembly, but have also helped to create an enabling environment for meaningful development across the state.
He noted that they will continue to work in harmony with mutual respect towards a productive legislative tenet.
As we reflect on our journey from June 6, 2023 to this very moment, I am proud to declare that we have justified the confidence reposed in us. I salute your diligence, patriotism, and sacrifices. Despite our diverse viewpoints, we have worked in harmony, consistently putting the interests of Ekiti above partisan considerations.
Members commented about the celebration. There were goodwill messages from the Chairman Council of Traditional Rulers, Olojudo Obailori Faboro, Commissioner for Information, Chief Taiwo Olatunbosun, Head of Service, Dr. Folakemi Olomojobi, Youth Parliament Speaker, and others commended the lawmakers.
Your support for giving us the most beautiful, the most peaceful 2 years of our lives in Ekiti. You have touched the lives of every KBC in Ekiti.
I want to sincerely, on behalf of our colleagues, to thank you for the collaboration and support you have given to the administration of Governor Iroyin Lekunrere.
To say that 24 laws passed by this House, the civil service was thoroughly engaged, and we're grateful for the quality of laws that you have.
Highlight of the ceremony was moving of motion by the lawmaker representing Mobile 2, Mr. Jacob Awoniyi, for Governor Oyebanji to continue beyond 2026, and seconded by Mrs. Abimbola Solanke representing Mobile 1, while the Speaker called for voice vote from the people.
That Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji this time around not only be endorsed, but be allowed for Ekiti to renew this social contract to lead us beyond 2026 to 2030 in Ekiti State. Only cause if ever to say
Governor Oyebanji assented 6 bills to commemorate the 2nd anniversary of the legislators. Bukola Adebukola reporting.
In the meantime, the body of retired clerks has congratulated the State 7th Assembly on the 2nd anniversary. A statement by the coordinator of the body, Mr. Gbenga Ipinlaye, commended the leadership of the House under the Speaker, Mr. Adeoye Aribasoye, for the impressive performances of the Parliament in the last 2 years. Mr. Ipinlaye noted that the 7th Assembly in the state has recorded many feats in the passage of important bills into law, raising impactful motions and resolutions and effective oversight of every sector. The retired clerks added that the recognition given the Assembly have made the state proud, especially the Presidency's award as the best in ICT integration in the country. The body also gave kudos to the legislators for the mutual relationship with the executive arm, which has promoted peace and progress in the state. The ex-state governor, Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, has affirmed that his administration will not invest resources in any ministry, agency or organization that did not make a meaningful contribution to the development of the state and the well-being of its citizens. The governor made this remark while receiving the new leadership of the Benin-Owena River Basin Development Authority, led by its Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Olufemi Adekombi, at the governor's office in Ado-Ekiti. Government House reporter Yemi Olajutemu has the details.
Governor Ibanji said that the Benin-Owena River Basin Development Authority has made no impact in the state with the various agriculture and food security efforts embarked upon by his administration. He said that his administration has bypassed the agency by providing alternative routes and partnering serious-minded private investors to make Ekiti the food basket of the nation. The governor, who carpeted the previous leadership of the agency for sidelining Ekiti State in their activities, called for a redirection in the leadership and reorientation for their staff. He, however, assured the new leadership that his administration will collaborate with them for the overall development of Ekiti State.
Whatever we can do to ensure that we fast-track development, I'm ready to do that on behalf of the board. I'm ready to follow up for you. As long as we are sure that our project not the other states that we need to do before. You have massive assets in the state that are wasting. What brother has in the state is more than enough to drive agriculture agenda if they have agreed to partner with us. But because they refused, we've carried our burden ourselves. When we spoke about building dormitories, we are building 6 dormitories across this clusters in the state now. 6. Massive. Our youths are back on track. We have close to 5,000 of them now in 6 clusters working in the state. We have collaborated with you, sir. But we have to carry those costs ourselves. You spoke about irrigation. We have a lot of serious private sector, big farmers, commercial farmers in this state.
Earlier, the managing director of the Iroyin River Basin Development Authority, Dr. Olufemi Adekanbi, unveiled a comprehensive development blueprint aimed at boosting agriculture, infrastructure, and youth empowerment in the state. He assured the governor of a new dawn in the agency, noting that President Bola Tinubu was intentional and strategic in the appointment of right people into the board of the agency.
The governor has expressed his displeasure with the way brothers that's been when have been related with the state. Not only even in Ondo State where I come from, my governor too expressed his own side of it. And but it's a new dawn, it's a new thing, and that's why you can see Mr. President appointed people that believe in his vision, believe in that renewal agenda. So we have come with the renewal agenda, and that's why we're here to collaborate with the state to make sure that we have achieved what Mr. President wants us to achieve concerning food security.
He listed various ongoing and proposed interventions across the state, including flood control projects in Ilupeju, Efunalaye, Ado, and Ikere-Ekiti, as well as management of key dams in Aisegba, Oye, Ayede, and Ado-Ekiti, while cultivation and reactivating of hundreds of hectares of farmlands across Ikere, Oye, Ikole, Ire, and Iyemero are ongoing. Yemi Olajutemu reporting.
Also, the state government has promised to continue to partner relevant federal agencies with the aim of putting various measures in place in mitigating the effect of flooding in the state. The state deputy governor Kinlo Amunisa Afuye made a promise during the stakeholders engagement on national disaster preparedness and response campaign 2025 held at the Lady Jibo Hall Government House in Nado. BSS reporter Adedayo Adeleye completes the story.
The Stakeholders Forum with the theme Strengthening Resilience, Enhancing Preparedness and Response had royal fathers, opinion leaders, voluntary organizations, among others in attendance. Okinlo Afuye appreciated NEMA for the initiative and collaborative efforts to avert flooding. According to the Deputy Governor, the state government had done a lot to avert flooding through the dredging of waterways in high-risk zones across the state, evacuation of waste from water channels, among others.
My special appeal goes to all the local government and SCJ chairmen to move around their various SCJs and local governments and take proactive measures in areas that are likely to be affected by flood in their respective local government and SCJ to prevent the occurrences. I advise our chairmen to consider improved drainage system, regularly clear gutters, canals, and drainage paths to ensure water flow freely.
Okinlo Afuye urged citizens to strictly adhere to the state environmental laws by avoiding indiscriminate dumping of waste and erecting structures on water banks and flood-prone areas. In his remarks, the Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Zubaida Umar, represented by Mr. Fred Anuzin, said that proper waste disposal and flood preparedness were crucial for community well-being and environmental health. He explained that the engagement was to sensitize and create awareness among the people about the expected heavy rainfall predicted by NIMET that listed Ekiti among the states likely to experience heavy rainfall and potential flooding this year.
This downscaling, therefore, is government's approach through NEMA to sensitize the general public using all available medium to reach communities at risk of 2025 flood predictions. It is our hope that this exercise will achieve the purpose it was meant for, especially for people of Ekiti State and the communities identified by this prediction.
The General Manager of SEMA, Mr. Oludare Ashaolu, appreciated NEMA for the initiative and commended the State Governor, Mr. Biodun Yebanji, for approving funds for the dredging of waterways in high-risk areas across the state.
Flood and destroy crops, leading to food shortages and economic losses. This stakeholders meeting cannot be better organized any other time than now.
There were remarks from the Chairman, Council of Traditional Rulers and the Olojudo of Ido-Ekiti, Oba Iroyin Lekunrere, Commissioner for Information, Chief Taiwo Latubosun, representatives of Nigerian Immigration Services, Nigerian Police Force, Red Cross, Fire Services, among others. Adedayo Adele reporting.
We shall be going for a commercial break shortly. Don't go away, stay tuned.
Good, tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Smart Balance. Smart Balance rice bran oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance oil. Good food, no worries.
Beautiful, it's your name. Wonderful is what you are to me.
Every mom. Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. One cube, endless possibilities.
Gbogbo àgbáyé ló nílò ìyá. Pẹ̀lú títasábọ̀ Golden Terra oil lásán, ìyá wa lè sọ ìfojúro di ẹ̀rín. Kó sọ ó tì ẹ ṣe di bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ jọ̀wọ́ kó yanjú rògbòdìyàn láàrin ẹbí láì bẹ́ẹ̀ lò. Ká pèsè oúnjẹ tó dùn tó ṣara lóore fún ẹbí ló ṣe kókó jùlọ. Torí níbikíbi táwọn ìyá bá wà ní ìfẹ́ máa gbé.
Golden Terra oil for pure love.
Gbogbo wa la fẹ́ oúnjẹ tó dáa, oúnjẹ tó ń ṣara lóore àti ọ̀pọ̀ ewébẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n a fẹ́ kó tún dùn kó sì rọrùn. Knorr Cubes àṣírí rẹ̀ nìyẹn tí wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn èròjà bíi adìẹ, ẹ̀fọ́ ìbòlò, ata ilẹ̀ tó kún fún èròjà afáralókun kóúnjẹ rẹ̀ lè dùn kí gbọ́ngbọ́n kan sí i. Ó tún dùn yàtọ̀ kókó ọbẹ̀ gan nìyẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbóríyìn fún un.
Jẹ́ kí ìyípadà ó bá ọ pẹ̀lú ohun tó ń bẹ nínú abọ́ oúnjẹ rẹ.
You're welcome back. The Chief of Staff to State Governor, Mr. Niyi Adebayo, has promised that the government will do its best to make the state clean and improve the environment through recycling waste and converting them into useful materials. He made a promise during a visit to the State Waste Management Authority complex where samples are being collected. BSS reporter Yetunde Oloye completes the story.
Mr. Adebayo commended the administration of Governor Yebanji for ensuring that the environment is safe for residents of the state.
There's been a movement in the last 30, 40 years about living clean and trying to ensure that we all abide by the ethos of the green economy. And I think what we're seeing today.
The Commissioner, Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources, Mrs. Tosin Ajishafe Aluko, and Special Advisor to the Governor on State Capital Development Authority, Mr. Tade Aluko, appreciated the Governor for the massive investment in the sector.
We can make Ekiti State a leader for smart, sustainable waste management.
If we are able to have the adequate results from this effort now, we will know whether it is a policy that the government will, issue out to minimize the waste.
During a tour to the dump site, the technical advisor to the governor on green economic and ecological matters and new MAP project coordinator, Dr. Akinyemi Akinyuga, analyzed how waste were generated and converted.
But the approach is to select households. About 90 households have been selected. And these households were selected based on specific criteria. We have high-income households, I think about 30, middle-income households, and low-income households.
In his remarks, the project coordinator, UN Habitat for Southern Nigeria, and technical advisor, Geographic Information System and Land Management, Mr. Akintobi Olusomi, said that the purpose of the program was to monitor waste from the disposal level in order to have total data for easier recycling.
This YCT is all about monitoring waste from the source where it's generated to the disposal level. And this is going to help a lot in making a kind of sensible investment in waste management.
Also, the project operationalization coordinator of Waste YCT2 survey, Mr. Olamide Olajide, explained that the initiative would help to account for waste generated, its composition, and the major problem, as well as to help the government to make an informed policy concerning waste management.
This survey, we can, with a logical and empirical statement, we can say what we are generating, the composition of what we are generating, and how it impacts our daily lives. And it will be a tool that will help the government to definitely make an informed policy.
Representatives from all health-related MDAs in the state were present at the program. Yetunde Oloye reporting.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, have taken the sensitization campaign to Ikere Ekiti to promote safety measures and prevent natural disasters. The event held at the Palace of Ogoga of Ikere Ekiti featured distribution of safety kits to the community by officials of both agencies. PSS reporter Dari Fajano covered the event and is presented from our studio.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, at the program, conducted an on-the-spot assessment at the Palace of the Ogoga of Ikere Ekiti, where they also enlightened the people and presented safety kits. The team included NEMA officials, led by the representative of the Director General, Dr. Evans Ugo, and SEMA officials, led by the General Manager, Mr. Oludare Ashaolu. Among the dignitaries were officials of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Federal Fire Service, State Fire Service, and other security apparatus. Speaking at the Palace, the SEMA General Manager, Mr. Ashaolu, highlighted the purpose of the visit. He noted that the agency remained focused on preventing natural disasters in the community. Mr. Ashaolu explained that one local government area was selected from each state to benefit from the program. The SEMA boss called on Red Cross officers to demonstrate how to revive accident victims at home or in transit with practical demonstrations held before the crowd. The Federal Fire Service also demonstrated how to prevent and control fire outbreaks.
Secure the blanket, then you cover it. Let it be airtight. 1, 2, 3. Fire cannot sustain burning. That is smoothing of.
In his response, the Ogoga Oba Adejimiadu thanked both the federal and the state government for identifying with his community.
Really appreciate this. I thank the governor. He's a very caring governor. He's not waiting for disaster to happen before he's taking action. So this is what we call proactive steps. We've had all the lessons that you gave us, especially how to rescue people.
Reviving the safety kits on behalf of the community, the chairman of Iroyin local government, Mr. Iroyin Lekunrere, handed them over to the monarch.
The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Mr. Ebenezer Boluwade, has promised livestock farmers of government continued support for improved productivity and commercialization to enhance their businesses. He made a promise while declaring open a 3-day training for butchers and processors in Ekiti State. BSS reporter Yetunde Oloye has the details.
Mr. Boluwade said that the training program was to equip butchers and processors with the knowledge and skills required to improve public health, food security, and build resilience of the operators of the beef value chain in the state.
This training is just to build upon what the enterprise has started. The enterprise have been doing training for farmers, livestock farmers, but the handling process has to be taken care of. So when the meat gets to, when the cow or the beef or the sheep and all that, when they get to the barbatio, there are process of handling so that the food you are taking can be well preserved and you can have a healthy meat.
The commissioner also assured that the enterprise will not relent at ensuring a better life for the farmers. In his opening address, the permanent secretary in the ministry, Mr. Ebenezer Ojo, said that the ministry was committed to ensuring the safety and quality of livestock products and promoting best practices in the industry.
Programs is meant for the butchers in the state to know the ways and manner how to handle the butchering, how to maintain sanity and the sanitary aspect of our meat, especially in the abattoirs area. That is why the state government deemed it to encourage all farmers in the state to come together and do this type of training.
The state project coordinator, the state enterprise, Mr. Yinka Adedipe, sensitized the butchers and processors on how to make use of the ultra-modern abattoir.
There is need for us to begin to sensitize and make sure that we carry the drivers of this particular value chain, that's the beef value chain, we carry them along. We have done the need assessment and they said they need an ultra-modern abattoir. But even at that, we need to be working hand in hand.
The trainees applauded the government for the innovation.
Thank you for identifying with us, and we clearly understand that we are trying to add value to our businesses. Outrise
is a World Bank project executed across 20 Nigerian states in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Abuja, and the State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Yetunde Oloye reporting.
Governments at all levels are being called upon to enhance the socio-cultural heritage of the country for economic growth and tourism development. The Owaoye of Okemesi, Obagbadebo Adedeji, and other stakeholders made a call at the celebration of Okemesi Cultural Heritage Festival on Ladunwo. BSS reporter Bukola Adebukola has the details.
Okemesi Ekiti was agog as the indigenes of the town and spectators from far and near gathered to witness the Ladunwo Masquerade Festival. There were a series of performances by different masquerades like Iyekiye, Ayetutu, Egigunode, Odidiboro, and others heralding the big ones. The arrival of Ladunwo enlivened the atmosphere with a surging crowd eulogizing him. Ladunwo paid homage to the monarch where he was unveiled, and the masquerade thereafter offered special prayers. Oba Adedeji stressed the need for government to invest in cultural celebrations to attract development.
The significance of this festival, particularly to those of us who are indigenous of this town, is very, very sacrosanct, very powerful, because it has historical importance. That at a particular time in the history of this town, this Egegu festival, this particular edition, saved us, protected us, because we were in war. And when we were calling it a day like this, that was just like yesterday. We call it, and we used to say, Tojubama Ewawo Ekulode, but it was misinterpreted that Tojubama Ewawo Okulode. So those people who wanted to attack us ran away.
The Palogo of Okemesi, Chief Akin Oshutokun, noted that the Ladunwo Festival offered citizens an opportunity to reunite for the overall development of the town.
It serves to mobilize almost every citizens of the town. And you can see it's very popular in the city.
The Commissioner for Culture, Professor Rasak Ojobakare, said the state government will not relent in promoting culture.
Presently, our ministry is working with the community through the Royal Father, the Owawi, to package these products better. Today, you have many tourists around, but you can see the packaging can be better. Okay, so that the product will be more attractive.
A member of the State House of Assembly representing Ekiti West 2, Mr. Johnson Bode Adeoye, and Chairman Okemesi Doele, Local Council Development Area, Mr. Wolabi Ajibade, said efforts are on to promote the festival to the outside world.
Culture is what, ways and means of our forefathers. The ways we have been just to remember the way our forefathers used to do certain things.
Once they agreed with us and we are trying to sell it to the outside. That's why we are saying every program being recorded by just anybody.
Ladunwo Festival comes up once in 3 years. Bukola Adebukola reporting.
And that's it on the KTV News. Thanks for watching.
Ẹ̀kálẹ̀ ẹ̀sìnkú ìṣòní ẹ̀kábọ̀ sórí ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ fún ti àṣálẹ́ yìí. Ìyábọ̀ Ọlájídé ni oníròyìn yìí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ara ìgbésẹ̀ láti mú kí ètò ẹ̀kọ́ kíkọ́ rọrùn sí i láwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ìjọba, gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ti ṣe àfilọ́lẹ̀ yàrá ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ 16 sílé ètò ẹ̀kọ́ kọ́lẹ́jì ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì Àdó Èkìtì. Gómìnà Oyèbánjí ṣíde àwọn yàrá ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé 36 náà fún nílò ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́ pilot. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Tóba Bọ́lọ́lá Mábọ̀wá ẹ ká gbọ́ lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́.
Gómìnà Oyèbánjí ṣàlàyé pé ìṣèjọba òun ló tẹra mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ pípèsè ẹ̀kọ́ tó yè kooro fún àwọn ọmọléèwé láti iléèwé alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ títí dé girama ó jẹ́ kó di mọ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn ohun tó yẹ ni wọ́n ti ṣe o láwọn iléèwé ìjọba gbogbo àti àwọn iléèwé àwọn àkàndá ẹ̀dá kí wọ́n lè ṣe ètò ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó bá ìgbà mu láyìíká tó dára pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé. Gómìnà tẹnumọ́ pé bíbẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò ẹ̀kọ́ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé níléèwé Government College nílùú Adó yóò ṣe àlékún bá ìsọjí àwọn ìmọ̀ ọmọléèwé náà àti ìgbélékè fún àwọn olùkọ́ nípa ẹ̀rọ ayélujára. Ó wá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ onígbọ̀wọ́ ètò ọ̀hún fún àtìlẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ṣe fún ìjọba lẹ́ka ẹ̀kọ́ tó sì ké sí àwọn ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì tí orí ṣẹ́gi ọlá fún kí wọ́n ṣe ìrànwọ́ fún ìjọba lórí ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. Oyèbánjí nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ló pàṣẹ fún alága àjọ iṣẹ́ àwọn olùkọ́ lẹ́kìtì tescom wípé ètò ìgbanisíṣẹ́ tí wọn yóò ṣe láìpẹ́ yìí ló gbọ́dọ̀ lọ láìsí màgòmágó tàbí ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́mọ́rí. Ẹni tó ṣe agbátẹrù ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ìgbàlódé níléèwé Government College Adó ọ̀gbẹ́ni Gbọ́láhàn Ọláyọ̀mí ló ṣàlàyé pé ìgbésẹ̀ ọ̀hún ló wà láti ṣe ìrànwọ́ fún ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì àti ṣíṣe àfihàn fún aráyé wípé ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ló jẹ́ orísun ìmọ̀. Olórí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ọba lẹ́kìtì dókítà Fọlákẹ́mi Ọlọ́mọjọ́bí, alága àjọ subeb lẹ́kìtì ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Fẹ́mi Akínwùmí tó fi mọ́ akẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ lájọ tescom arábìnrin Rhoda Òjó ni wọ́n sọ ọ̀rọ̀ ìwúrí tí wọ́n sì gbóríyìn fún agbátẹrù ètò ọ̀hún. Ọ̀gá àgbà iléèwé náà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ọlánìpẹ̀kun Ewéjẹ́ ló dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà fún ṣíṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún iléèwé náà lórí àwọn àṣeyọrí tí wọ́n ní. Lẹ́yìn èyí ni gómìnà darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn ọmọléèwé ọ̀hún láwọn yàrá ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọn láti wo bí ìrírí ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìgbàlódé náà ti lọ. Yẹmí Ọlájútẹ̀mú ló ń jábọ̀ ròyìn.
Ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ti ṣe àtẹnumọ́ ìfarajì rẹ̀ fún àkóyawọ́ àtètò ìṣòfin tó dánmọ́rán fún ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Olórí ilé aṣòfin ọ̀gbẹ́ni Adóyè Àríbásóyè sọ̀rọ̀ náà lásìkò àkànṣe ètò ìjókòó ilé èyí tí wọ́n ṣe ní Fájuyì Pavilion Adó Èkìtì. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Bùkọ́lá Adébùkọ́lá mọ́bọ̀ wá pé gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí àti igbákejì gómìnà Kínlú Àmúnisádé àfihàn pẹ̀lú àwọn èèkàn míì tó ṣe kókó ló péjú síbi ètò ìjókòó náà ká gbọ́ lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́.
Ó jẹ́ àpéjọpọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì káàkiri ẹkùn ìdìbò ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí níbi wọ́n ṣe yàbò oríkò ọ̀hún láti ṣe àjọ̀dún pẹ̀lú àwọn aṣòfin. Àwọn aṣòfin náà tí wọ́n wà nínú aṣọ tó rẹwà ti ẹgbẹ́jọdá láti ṣe àjọ̀dún. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Àríbásóyè tó kí gbogbo àpéjọpọ̀ náà káàbọ̀ ka lẹ́tà ìkíni kú oríire látẹnu gómìnà Oyèbánjí, àwọn gómìnà tẹ́lẹ̀ àti àwọn olórí káàkiri. Ó wòye wípé wọn yóò máa tẹ̀síwájú láti máa ṣiṣẹ́ wọn ní ìrẹ́pọ̀, ìbọ̀wọ̀ fún òfin pẹ̀lú ṣíṣe ìgbélárugẹ ètò òfin láti lè mú kí ilé aṣòfin ó tẹ̀síwájú. Àwọn aṣòfin níbi ètò ọ̀hún sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àjọ̀dún náà. Oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ ìwúrí ló wáyé láti ẹnu alága ìgbìmọ̀ lọ́balọ́ba ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí tó tún jẹ́ olójúdó ọba Ìlọ̀rí Fábọ́rọ̀, èwe tìlú Adó ọba Adéyẹmọ Adéjùgbé, kọmíṣánná fétò ìròyìn olóyè Táíwò Ọlátúnbọ̀sún, olórí òṣìṣẹ́ ọba ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí dókítà Fọlákẹ́mi Ọlọ́mọjọ́bí, olórí ilé aṣòfin àwọn ọ̀dọ́ àtàwọn míì. Níbi ètò náà ná gbóríyìn fáwọn aṣòfin ọ̀hún. Pàmàbarì ètò náà ni bí aṣòfin tó ń ṣojú ẹkùn ìdìbò mọ̀bà kejì ọ̀gbẹ́ni Jacob Awoniyi ṣe dábàá pé kí gómìnà Oyèbánjí ó tẹ̀síwájú kọjá ọdún 2026 nígbàtí arábìnrin Abímbọ́lá Sólànkẹ́ tí mọ̀bà kínní sì kejì àbá náà. Tóró lórí ilé aṣòfin sì pè fún àwọn èèyàn láti fòǹtẹ̀lú tó ń bá faramọ́. Gómìnà Oyèbánjí ni ó bọwọ́ lu àbádòfin 6 láti ṣàmì sí àjọ̀dún ọdún kejì àwọn aṣòfin náà. Bùkọ́lá Adébùkọ́lá ló ń jábọ̀ ìròyìn.
Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn akọ̀wé ilégbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì tó ti fẹ̀yìntì tí kí ilé aṣòfin keje kú oríire àjọ̀dún ọdún kejì wọn. Àṣejáde kan tí adarí ẹgbẹ́ náà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Gbénga Àìpínláyé fọwọ́ sí kan sára sí àwọn adarí ilé ọ̀hún lábẹ́ olórí rẹ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Adóyè Àríbásóyè fáwọn iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí wọ́n ṣe nílé aṣòfin ọ̀hún lọ́dún méjì sẹ́yìn. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ìpínláyé ṣàlàyé pé ilé aṣòfin keje náà nípínlẹ̀ yìí ló ti lákọọ́lẹ̀ àṣeyọrí ńlá ní fífọwọ́ sí àwọn àbá òfin tó ṣe pàtàkì àti ṣíṣùgbà àbá tó nípa àti ètò àbójútó tó dára táwọn ẹ̀ka gbogbo. Àwọn akọ̀wé ilé tó fẹ̀yìntì ọ̀hún fikún pé ìmọrírì tí wọ́n fún ilé aṣòfin náà ti mú kí ìpínlẹ̀ yìí di mímú yangàn pàápàá níbi iléeṣẹ́ ààrẹ ṣe fún wọn lámì ẹ̀yẹ tó dáńtọ́ jùlọ lẹ́ka ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé ICT lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí. Ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀hún gbóṣùbò káre fún àwọn aṣòfin náà fún ìbáṣepọ̀ tó dánmọ́rán tó wà láàrin wọn àti ẹ̀ka ìṣèjọba yìí tó ti ṣègbélárugẹ ètò àlàáfíà àti ìlọsíwájú ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Gómìnà Abíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ti sọ wípé ìṣèjọba òun kò ní fi owó ṣòfò lórí iléeṣẹ́ ẹ̀ka àti àjọ iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba kankan tí kò bá sí ní ipa tí gíríkì tí ó kó sọ̀rọ̀ ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ yìí àti àwọn olùgbé rẹ̀. Gómìnà sọ̀rọ̀ náà nígbà tí ó gbàlejò àwọn adarí tuntun fún àjọ ìdàgbàsókè ìṣẹ́dọ̀ Benin Ọ̀wẹ̀nà lábẹ́ adarí rẹ̀ ọ̀mọ̀wé Olúfẹ́mi Adékànbí lọ́fíìsì gómìnà nílùú Adó Èkìtì. Gómìnà Oyèbánjí ẹni tó sọ pé àjọ ìdàgbàsókè ìṣẹ́dọ̀ Benin Ọ̀wẹ̀nà ni kò nípa kankan tó kó lọ́rọ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ yìí pẹ̀lú onírúurú ìgbésẹ̀ létò ọ̀gbìn àti ìpèsè oúnjẹ tí ìṣèjọba òun gùnlé. Gómìnà fi àdínú hàn pẹ̀lú bí àjọ òun ti ṣe fẹ́rẹ̀ẹ́ dojú ìrètí ìjọba rú lórí ètò àkùrọ̀ tí ó ṣe àtàwọn èkútò mìíràn. Ó ní ìṣèjọba òun ló ti dágunlá sí àjọ náà nípa pípèsè ọ̀nà míì tí ó sì dòwò pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn àjọ olùdókòwò aládàáni tí ó fẹ́ nǹkan ṣe láti jẹ́ kí ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì di ibùdó fún oúnjẹ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Lọ́nà mìíràn ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ti ṣèlérí láti tẹ̀síwájú àti fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba àpapọ̀ tí ó yẹ pẹ̀lú àfojúsùn ṣíṣe àwọn ètò oríṣiríṣi bí àdínkù yóò ṣe bá ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ omi yalé nípínlẹ̀ yìí. Igbákejì gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì Ọ̀kínlú Àmúnisádé Àfúyẹ́ ló ṣèlérí ọ̀rọ̀ náà lásìkò ètò ìtàkùrọ̀sọ kan pẹ̀lú àwọn èèkàn lórí ìmúrasílẹ̀ àti gbígbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti dènà ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ pàjáwìrì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí fún ti ọdún yìí èyí tí wọ́n ṣe ní gbọ̀ngàn Òdejìbówú nílé ìjọba Àdó. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Adédayọ̀ Adélẹ́yẹ Mábọ̀wá wípé Ọ̀kínlú Àfúyẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àjọ NEMA fẹ́tò náà àtàkìtìyàn ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ wọn láti pinwọ́ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ omíyalé àti láti dáhùn sí àwọn dúkìá tó bàjẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ yìí nínú ọdún yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìmọ̀ràn àjọ NIMET. Ìjẹ́ kí a tó tẹ̀síwájú ẹ ká dé òdì kejì fún ìpolówó ọjà ẹ má yí kúrò mẹ́ àpadàbọ̀.
Cube ṣí ayọ̀ tú ìtọ́wò àdùn sílẹ̀.
What food do you need?
Wúwa lórí, wúwa lórí, wúwa lórí, wúwa lórí, wúwa lórí.
Ẹ̀yin tèmi oúnjẹ ti délẹ̀ o. Àsètò gbà yìí.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà láti yàrá ẹ̀ka ìpolówó ọjà wa. Ìròyìn fún ti alẹ́ yìí ń tẹ̀síwájú. Olórí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba fún gómìnà nípínlẹ̀ yìí Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Níyì Adébáyọ̀ ti ṣèlérí pé ìjọba yóò sapá rẹ̀ láti pé ìpínlẹ̀ yìí mọ́ tónítóní àti láti mú àlékún bá àyíká nípasẹ̀ ṣíṣe ìgbélárugẹ ṣíṣe àyípadà àwọn pàǹtí fún ohun èlò tó nítumọ̀. ó ṣèlérí ọ̀rọ̀ náà lákòókò àbẹ̀wò kan tó ṣe sí oríkò àjọ kólẹ̀kódọ̀tí nípínlẹ̀ yìí níbi tí wọ́n ti ń gba àyẹ̀wò. oníròyìn wa Yétúndé Olóyè Mábọ̀wá wípé ìròyìn náà wá pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni Adébáyọ̀ kan sára sí ìjọba gómìnà Oyèbánjí fún bí ó ṣe rí dájú pé ààbò wà fún àyíká fáwọn olùgbé ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. ó gba àwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ yìí níyànjú láti gbé ìwà ìmọ́tótó wọ̀. alákòóso iléeṣẹ́ ètò àyíká àti àlùmọ́nì ilẹ̀ arábìnrin Tósìn Àlùkò Adéṣafẹ́ àti olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì fún gómìnà fọ́rọ̀ ìdàgbàsókè olúìlú ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Tádé Àlùkò mọrírì gómìnà fún bí ó ti náwó tó jọjú sí ẹ̀ka náà. lákòókò ètò àbẹ̀wò sóríkò ìdalẹ̀nù sí ọ̀hún olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì fétò ajé àti ọ̀rọ̀ ojú ọjọ́ tuntun ṣe alábòójútó àkànṣe ètò NewMap dókítà Akínyẹmí Akínyùgà ní ọ̀nà náà bí wọ́n ṣe máa ń pa ìdọ̀tí àti bí wọ́n ti máa ń mú àyípadà bá a. àjọ tó wà fún àmójútó ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ pàjáwìrì nílẹ̀ yìí NEMA àti èyí tó wà fún àmójútó ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ pàjáwìrì nípínlẹ̀ yìí SEMA ti gbé ètò ìpolongo ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ wọn lọ sí ìlú Ìkẹ́rẹ́-Èkìtì láti ṣègbélárugẹ ìgbésẹ̀ ààbò àti láti dènà ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ àjálù. ètò ọ̀hún ni wọ́n ṣe láàfin Ògùngà tìlú Ìkẹ́rẹ́-Èkìtì ibi tí wọ́n ti ṣàfihàn àwọn nǹkan èlò ààbò ọba Adéjìmí Adú Alágbàdo fún ìlú ọ̀hún látọwọ́ àwọn àjọ méjèèjì. kọmíṣánná fẹ́tò ọ̀gbìn àti ìpèsè oúnjẹ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ebenezer Bolúwadé ti ṣèlérí àtìlẹ́yìn ìjọba fún àgbẹ̀ olóhùn ọ̀sìn abẹ̀mí àti mú àgbéga bá ètò iṣẹ́ àti okòwò àdáńlá láti lè mú kí ètò okòwò wọn ó gbèrú sí i. ó ṣèlérí ọ̀rọ̀ náà nígbà tó ń ṣíde ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta fún àwọn alápàtà àtàwọn tó ń ṣe àyípadà ẹran nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. akọ̀ròyìn wa Yétúndé Olóyè Mábọ̀wá pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bolúwadé sọ pé ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọ̀hún ló wà láti fún àwọn alápàtà àtàwọn tí ó mú àyípadà bá ẹran nímọ̀ tí wọ́n nílò láti mú àgbéga bá ètò ìlera ará ìlú, ìpèsè oúnjẹ àti láti mú okun bá ètò iṣẹ́ àwọn tí ó ń ta ẹran nípìnlẹ̀ yìí. alákòóso ọ̀hún tún fìdá lójú hàn fún wọn pé ètò helpress ni kò ní tẹ̀tì láti dájú pé ààyè bẹ́ súkẹ́ fún àwọn àgbẹ̀. nínú ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣíde rẹ̀ akọ̀wé àgbà iléeṣẹ́ náà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ebenezer Ojo sọ pé iléeṣẹ́ náà ni ó ní ìfarajì láti rí dájú pé ààbò wà tí wọ́n sì pèsè àwọn nǹkan ọ̀sìn èyí tó dára láti ṣègbélárugẹ ìlànà tó dúró déédéé níléeṣẹ́ náà. alábòójútó àkànṣe ètò ọ̀hún lẹ́kìtì ọ̀gbẹ́ni Yínká Adédìpẹ̀ ṣe ètò ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ fáwọn alápàtà àti àwọn tó ń mú àyípadà bá a lórí ọ̀nà láti lo ibi ìgbàlódé tí wọ́n fẹ́ kọ́ fún àwọn alápàtà náà bó ti yẹ. nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tiẹ̀ aṣojú ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ọlọ́sìn ẹdìyẹ nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Olúwaṣètìmí Alóńgẹ́ yòǹbo ìjọba fún àǹfààní tí ó fún àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ náà láti jẹ́ kí okòwò wọn ó gọ́gọ́ sí i. àwọn tó gba ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà kan sára sí ìjọba fún ìgbésẹ̀ náà. ètò helpress ni ó jẹ́ àkànṣe ètò báńkì àgbáyé èyí tí wọ́n ṣe káàkiri 20 ìpínlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà nífọwọ́kọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú iléeṣẹ́ fẹ́tò ọ̀gbìn àti ìpèsè oúnjẹ ìjọba àpapọ̀ ìlú Àbújá àti ètò ọ̀gbìn àti ìpèsè oúnjẹ ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. ìjọba lẹ́lẹ́kàǹkà gbogbo ni wọ́n ti ké sí o láti ṣàmúlò àṣà àti ohun ìní orílẹ̀-èdè yìí fún ìdàgbàsókè ọrọ̀ ajé àti lọ́síwájú ètò ìgbafẹ́. ọwọ́ òye ìlú Òkèmẹ̀sí ọba Gbádébọ̀ Adédèjì àti àwọn èèkàn yòókù ló fún ipò ọ̀hún níbi ayẹyẹ ètò àjọ̀dún àṣà ìlú Òkèmẹ̀sí ládùnwò ní gbàgede ààfin ọba náà. èyí ni òpin ìròyìn wa fún ti àṣálẹ́ yìí. lọ́la ní kí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ àgbà táwọn mú ìròyìn mìíràn wá fún yín. kásùn rẹ̀.